Welcome back to yet another video by Mr. Recapper. Today we have brought a thriller movie, Afterlife. After a terrible car accident, a young middle school teacher awakens on an undertaker's slab. The funeral director convinces her that she is dead and in the process of transition. Stay with us and subscribe to our channel. There will be spoilers ahead. Keep an eye out. Eliot Deacon, a funeral director, is preparing a body for burial. He speaks sweetly to the body and takes a photograph of it. Anna is a middle school teacher. She feels miserable and is deep in thought, so she takes pills and continues working. Later, when Anna has to leave, she notices how the lights in the corridor are turning off one by one. Due to the passage's darkness, she became terrified and rushed towards the door. When Jack enters and turns on the lights, Anna gets scared but becomes happy after seeing him. The two of them exit the school together. Anna tells Jack she is going to her old piano teacher's funeral. After buying her pills, Anna sees a hair salon in front of the pharmacy. She decides to dye her hair red. Eliot stands near the body and speaks with the deceased's widow when she comes to the funeral. Anna nears the dead body and begins conversing with a widow. Eliot notices Anna. While looking at the body, she gets shocked to see her piano teacher exhale. Anna exits the funeral and walks to her car. At the same time, Eliot keeps a constant eye on her through the window. Anna has a date with Paul at night, and he prepares a surprise for her. He plans to propose to her. Before dinner, they both decide instead of dispute, they will enjoy their evening. When Anna observes Paul has bought an expensive wine, she asks whether they celebrate a special event. Paul then explains that he has transferred to Chicago, which Anna misunderstands that he is breaking up with her. She becomes angry and leaves. It's raining. Anna is driving the car improperly. She yells and turns the wheel, but unfortunately, she has been involved in a severe accident. She awakes in the basement of Eliot's funeral house, lying on a mortuary slab. Eliot begins ripping her clothes. Anna wants to know where she is. He responds she was in a car accident tonight and is officially dead. She attempts to move but is unable to do so. Eliot states that everyone has denial when they wake up at the autopsy table, so he leaves her to rest and turns off the lights. Anna convinces herself that she is having a nightmare and rouses herself awake. When Paul awakens in the morning, he does not find Anna. Paul attempts to call her, but an answering machine answers her phone. Paul leaves the message that he wants her to come to Chicago with him and has no intention to end their relationship. Unfortunately, Eliot is holding Anna's cell phone. He ignores the call and places it in a paper bag, which he then put in his old cabinet alongside other paper bags. Paul goes to school to look for Anna, but she is not there. Then he goes to her mother's house. Anna's mother informs him that her daughter has died because of him. She blames him for allowing her to drive in the rain. Paul doesn't believe Anna is dead. Meanwhile, Anna still convinces herself that she is alive and pleads with Eliot to let her go while he stitches her forehead wound. Eliot insists on Anna's death and then injects fluid into her neck. Anna awakes in the basement and realizes she can move. She checks her pulse and slams her hand on the table to feel the pain to ensure she remains alive. She tries to contact someone for help, but the phone doesn't work. She also strives to open the door but fails. Paul arrives to see Anna, but Eliot refuses him as he is not her family member. To see his friend Sam, Paul visits the police station. While attempting to get a soft drink from a vending machine, he notices police impound. He goes into the room and searches for Anna's car. He sits in the car and watches Anna standing in front of the car. He is staring at her until Captain Sam arrives. The captain expresses his condolences on Anna's death. Eliot explains to Anna that he can communicate with the dead. He convinces her that she is in transition and has a funeral in 2 days. She needs to prepare herself. Jack comes to the funeral house for Anna's funeral. He meets Eliot and they both talk about the funeral. Eliot eventually excuses Jack and returns to the basement. Anna messes up everything, which enrages him. She doesn't seem prepared for her burial. Eliot returns to Anna with her funeral gown, which Anna's mother has chosen. Anna says she is not ready to go, but Eliot reminds nothing is left for her. Eliot then leaves the funeral house. However, after stealing Eliot's keys, Anna can escape from the basement. On the other hand, when Eliot refills the gas in his van, he realizes he has forgotten his keys. As a result, he returns to the house. When Anna runs for the door, Eliot appears, and she has missed the opportunity. She runs back inside the house and tries to contact Paul, but he can't understand her. Eliot appears behind her and assures her that only he can hear her. She demands proof, Eliot shows her a mirror in which she seems to be a corpse and is convinced about her death, so she let Eliot prepare her for the funeral. Paul goes to Anna's school to pick up her belongings. When he is about to leave, Jack approaches him and tells him that he has seen Anna wearing a red dress the night before. Jack tries to persuade him to help her, but he refuses and slaps him. Jack comes to the funeral house and meets Eliot. They talk about Anna. Eliot tells him that Jack can also communicate with the dead. Eliot convinces him he could teach Jack. While driving, Paul notices a red dress on a mannequin. He remembers Anna wearing a red dress as well. He runs aggressively to the funeral house. He inquires about Anna and informs Eliot that Kid has seen Anna standing in the window. Paul doesn't believe Eliot when he states Jack has a vivid imagination. He enters the house and yells loudly at Anna. He goes down to the basement and keeps calling Anna, but she doesn't answer because she has accepted her death. Eliot consoles him by saying that she is dead and will never return. Anna is prepared perfectly for her funeral. Eliot allowed her to restart her life, but she gets some terrifying dreams. She takes a step back and remains in the room, telling herself that death is preferable to life. When Eliot is preparing the grave for Anna, Jack arrives and expresses his desire to learn from Eliot, as he has promised. Eliot claims that he can see people who aren't dead and wandering around hopelessly, making life unpleasant for themselves and others. He has no choice but to perform his duty. Anna lays in her coffin the next morning, awaiting the last preparations. She requests Eliot. She wants to see herself in the mirror for the last time. She notices that her breath has condensed in the mirror when she exhales. She gets angry because Eliot has misled her from the start. She tries to stop him from injecting her, but she can't. Eliot photographs her. When Paul comes, he places the ring on Anna's finger and feels her cold hands. Eliot closes the coffin lid for fear of the truth. When everyone has left, Eliot puts Anna's picture on the wall along with the other images of people he murdered. Eventually, Anna awakens while being buried alive. She yells and hits the lid, but no one can hear her. Paul becomes drunk and upset. He still cannot comprehend Anna's death and confronts Eliot. He warns Paul that he doesn't have much time to save Anna. Paul drives the car to bring Anna back. He digs her out. She is still alive, but everything that has happened to him is an illusion. When Paul awakes, he is on the embalmment table. Eliot informs him that he is no longer alive, but Paul refuses him. Eliot states that everyone here said the same thing and inserted a trocar into his chest. With that, Paul becomes unconscious. So, how did you like the movie? Share your thoughts in the comment section below.